Today on the Extreme Channel, coming live to you from my robe, we are looking at some of the biggest, most expensive statues in my collection. That's right, this is another mini room tour based off this large video. You can check out the entire collection here. But today we're going to take a detailed look at these Transformer statues. That's right, they're from Prime 1 Studios, XM Studios, Imaginary Marts. We have stuff from the movies, we have Generation 1, we have Beast Wars. So let's take a look. To give back to you guys, the Extreme Channel is giving away this giant Goro statue from PCS for our 20,000 sub giveaway. If you want to know how to win this, I'll tell you a little bit later in this video. Alright, so let's take a look at these Transformers. Now these are all licensed pieces. They're either made by Prime 1 Studios, which is the majority of them, or XM Studios and Imaginary Marts. Now with that being said, these are, in regards to a scale, we've talked about scale a few times. Most people don't know. Now I can tell you right now, Devastator and Shockwave, their scale is different, but I think the rest of them are around 1/10. So a real Transformer would be about 30 feet tall, somewhere in that range. Now before we dive into that, we do have the shuffleboard table over here, a few autographed memorabilia. Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, they signed that Clerk's case there. We have a Sylvester Stallone signed Rocky glove. Pretty neat, with 4 best Rocky movies in my opinion. Although I do like the Creeds. And this is a custom built Han Solo in carbonite. Now with these Transformer statues, I don't have the lighting I want. I'm going to redo this because I have about 4 or 5 more on order. You can actually see we have some empty spots down here, including from Prime 1 Studios Sentinel Prime, Blackout, and then I have, which one is it? Oh, XM Studios, we have Grimlock and Soundwave. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start right here. This front area is kind of the first movie, the Michael Bay first movie for the most part. So we'll start with the smallest one. This is actually probably my least favorite, Jazz. Tiny little guy here. Looks fantastic though. And you know, I really like these Bayformers. I like how you can see parts of the actual car. They gave them almost what it would be like in real life. You know, live action movie that makes Transformers kind of makes sense. One thing I don't like about these statues are the huge bases. They're very boring, they take up a lot of space. Now next to him is Bumblebee. This one is technically the Bumblebee version, I believe, from the Last Night, the 5th movie if I'm correct. I really only enjoyed the first movie, and then I thought the second movie was decent. After that, lost track. Dark Side of the Moon, the 3rd one, was okay. Now this is kind of the pride and joy. This is my favorite one. This is Optimus Prime jet power. So he only technically was in this for I think 2.5 minutes, where he got Jetfire's powers and took part of his parts. This piece is massive. It weighs over 100 pounds. I believe it has about 100 pieces. And the intricate detail is crazy. I am thinking about getting some ceiling spotlights for these, but it's kind of far away. There are a few over there. And the link for that and the cases is in the description below. They actually had to send out some poles on these to help support them because they were bending. Or they were to help support everything. This guy is scary as hell to move. But there is so much going on with him, as you can see. Then we'll move to Ironhide. This one was kind of a dark horse in my opinion. So obviously I liked him in the movie, but I really like this statue. These are all made by Prime 1 Studios on this line. And they don't make just Transformer statues if you're unfamiliar with them. They make kind of everything, but they got their start with Transformer statues, I believe. And then we have Ratchet. He's my least favorite. He's got, you know, a hand up on the hips pose. Not really a fan of that. So when it comes to pose, he's my least favorite, where Jazz is probably my least favorite overall. And it's not just because of his size. Now from, I believe this is the Last Night movie. This is kind of a tower to Optimus Prime. So they made this in a gold variant. They made it in a normal variant as well. And the gold variant goes anywhere from $3,500 to $5,000. Now I found one on eBay and it came severely damaged. You can still see, I mean, the hand was missing and broken, and so I took that from a different statue I have, and you can even see some broken parts here I haven't been able to repair because some of it was shattered. But I got a hell of a deal on it, and I don't ever plan on selling it. Again, look how much room the base takes up, just massive amounts. Now down here, I had to turn my flashlight on. I need to get some lighting options for these pieces down here. You can get some remote battery puck lights, but unfortunately I can't wire anything to them because they're in the middle of the room unless I had a cord on the floor, which I don't want. So right here we have Optimus Prime from Age of Extinction, also made by Prime 1 Studios. So his base was about the size of this base up here. However, you're able to stand him up like that because on his feet there are pegs and keys that go into it, and his feet are female, the base is male. So this guy also has like 30 switch out options. It's crazy. He has another display for his head down here. It's really dusty on there. But pretty cool piece. I like the older version of Optimus Prime better, where you could actually tell he was a semi, but this is kind of a cool battle warrior pose. And as we move over here, so this is from Beast Wars. Used to watch this as a kid. This is Optimus Primal. So it's actually in the future of Transformers, and they crash land on an island or a planet that's very primordial. So he disguises himself as an ape. And right behind him, you'll see in a second, is the Megatron version. Then here we have a Generation 1 Megatron. This one's a little bit smaller scale than some of the other ones, but I really wanted a Generation 1. XM Studios makes one that's even better than this, but it costs about 3 times the price. Then you can also get some from PCS Collectibles that are pretty cool, that are very true to the original cartoons. So here's the Optimus Prime counterpart version of that. So price on these guys I got for a steal around $600, I think retails around $1,000. The big ones like the Jetfire Prime, retail on that is about $3,000. Now most of these Transformers pieces, not all of them, seem to hold their value and increase in value. So here is Megatron from Beast Wars. Disguises himself as a purple Tyrannosaurus Rex. Hey man, we don't know what color dinosaurs were. They're assuming they had reptile type skin. They could have had polka dots and stripes. And they could have sounded like cats. But yeah, just some crazy cool stuff going on here. Then we'll move to the Decepticon part. We'll save the 2 big boys for last. But start with Barricade down here. I really like this piece. This is from the first Michael Bay movie. Again, you can tell a lot of the parts here, the tires, the police car, looking for username ladies man. I really like the first Transformers movie, and here is Megatron. Now also with this, I've taken off the base, just like I did on the Optimus Prime, simply because the base takes up so much room. It's still pretty stable without it. There is a new version of this coming out that looks amazing, and I have another bust down here of him. But I am sticking with this for now. Here, let's show. So this is my only current XM Studios piece, and like I said, I have 2 or 3 more on order. Now with XM Studios, they're more of a Generation 1, but with their own modern twist, and I think they look amazing. So this is Starscream, obviously. They did an awesome job on this, and they also have some switch outs where he can wear his crown and his cape for King Starscream. Kind of a Cybertronian base, a much more interesting base, very dynamic pose where the Prime 1 Bayformers are kind of a museum pose. And they also come with their counterparts, a miniature version of what they transform into, which I think is an awesome feature. So much detail on Starscream here. Now we'll go down to Galvatron. Once again, another one that I removed the base. Now this one, I didn't like Galvatron in the movie at all. I wasn't a fan of this movie. I think it was Age of Extinction. But this statue is amazing, and because the character's not as popular, they had a hard time selling these. So you can actually get them for like 40% off retail during their summer and winter sales, which is what I did. I mean, look at that intricacy. I like the shine of him too, because technically he wasn't a traditional Transformer. He was made out of transformium, kind of a liquid metal type stuff. So here we have the first one I ever bought. This is locked down, also from the same movie. I've removed his base as well for similar reasons. And he has his steel jaw dogs with him. Now this one is actually one of the statues I broke a long time ago. So you still see a few broken spots here and there on him. He actually shattered. He's a cool character nonetheless. Kind of annoying in the movie, but he's a cool Transformer. And he transforms into a Lamborghini, I believe. So then let's move up to Shockwave and Devastator. So Shockwave is from the Bayformer movie, made by Prime 1 Studios. And this piece is very impressive. Most of these also have like light up features in the heads and stuff like that that I never use. But simply huge base. This was either 3 or 4 boxes, but putting this together, I've actually done an assembly video you can check out because it's quite a task. And to kind of give you scale where it falls in there. And then even like these blades that come on the back, how much room these take up. Then let's look at the back of Devastator here, my most recent acquisition. So this is made by Imaginarium Arts, and this is more of a Generation 1. So it has kind of almost a toy look to it, and part of that could be the art direction, because that's what Transformers were originally like before CGI and really all this micro detail. But part of it I think is a quality issue, but it's just impressive on the size, and you can see all the Constructicons that he's made of. We'll go back to the front here and close it out. So here he is in his full glory. Big old gun. We got the Mixmaster and Scrapper. And I incorrectly in my video review said he's made of 5. He's made of 6. It's been a while. So just some cool detail. I like how you can see how all the original vehicles transformed into him. And he has really that Generation 1 type face. But very impressive pieces right next to each other. I was waiting a long time to kind of finish that part of the display up. Can't move either of those. They both weigh over 100 pounds, I believe, and these shelves can support them. Like I said, you can check that out in the description of the video. To win this Goro statue, first thing you gotta do is make sure you've liked this video, you've actually subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Second thing is leave a comment below, and make sure it's a witty, entertaining, or funny comment. Because when we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video, and the comment that has the most likes on it will be the winner of this Goro statue. So make sure your comment is entertaining to others and entertaining to Mr. X, because if I like it, I'm actually going to pin it to the tops to help you get more likes. So thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more of these Transformers or even some of the other room tours, click on that video list, and we'll talk to you very soon. Take care.